Here we go. Happy Tuesday.
Yay.
Happy Pink Huddle night.
I love pink.
Good to see everybody.
It is
Good
fun.
to see you all.
And we're going to have some fun tonight, too. It's kind of a casual pink huddle night. I was actually tempted to wear my new director suit. Susan, we need to do that, some pink huddle.
Oh, yes, we do.
Maybe we need to wait until seminar and keep tradition, right? I mean, everybody knows what it looks like. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
It would almost be seminar time if we were going to Dallas.
Yeah,
Almost.
it would be. It would be getting close.
Why?
Hey, Greta.
There's Greta.
Hey.
Okay, listen, first class women. I know you're my friends on my Facebook group. You need to get on there and fuss at my unit. Say, where the heck are you? And Greta?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You made my whole week, darling. I love it. It's right here going in my sunshine file.
Oh, well, thank you for everything.
There's nothing that replaces a handwritten note, and that's
nothing.
It's something that we all remember. Well, let's get started. We decided to have a kind of a casual pink huddle, and just you can ask us anything. You can ask us anything anytime, right? But sometimes it's fun because this is something that obviously is being recorded. Other people are going to watch it, and so there might be some similar questions. And thanks to everybody who asked a question. So first of all, I'm just going to jump in with the questions that came last night when we had our Pink Link training, and that is what we do on Monday nights from 8:30 until 9, and that is new consultant training or experienced consultant training. And we started a brand new fresh course in July, and that's really fun. And the question came up at the very end of our training, and I said we just would carry it into tonight since it's Ask Us Anything. Jenny Hinkle asked this question for one of her team members, and the first question, there were two questions. The first question was, what is ProPay? I can't even say it. What is ProPay? Okay. And what's it all about? Why do we need ProPay? And, that's a good question because there's a few changes in the way we accept money these days. I mean, how many ways, seriously, we could just count how many ways do we all, if we all wrote down all the ways that we accepted money, be cash, credit card, debit card, check. Oh my gosh. When's the last time you got a check for a product?
Venmo.
Then there's Venmo, there's Cash App, there's Square, there is ProPay, there is PayPal, and there is whatever. There's a zillion. Mm-hmm. So do we need ProPay? And Susan, you want me to finish answering that, or you want to jump in and add your 2 cents?
No, go ahead. I can contribute. I've used ProPay forever, and I'm kind of new to finally hopping on board with some of these other things, and I'm loving them because there is no check to mail. There's no fees. It's just, bam, you just paid me the other day, Teresa. You paid me on ProPay, which was easy, but when people find out you have Venmo and PayPal, it's immediate. And I do love that there's no fees. So, I'm not sure how to answer if we need ProPay, but I use it and I do love it, but maybe there's better ways.
It is required if you want to be able to take credit card on your personal Mary Kay website. So you have to have ProPay in order to take a credit. Oh, good Lord.
What is with you?
I promise. I promise I have not had a margarita or anything when I was at the river today. No, I did not. I drank iced tea all day. Bob, however, on the other hand, no. But I've been out in the sun. I have been out in the sun playing euchre with some really good friends from Arizona today, and they're leaving tomorrow morning. So anyway, I'm getting lots of looks. It is required to have a ProPay account for your Mary Kay personal website, and that way your clients can go on and go ahead and put their card number in and process, an order, to be immediately shipped to them if that's one of the services that you offer, or they can give you their credit card or debit card number and you can process it yourself on ProPay. One of the reasons I really like ProPay is A, it's extremely secure. some of these cash things out there, I've heard, different things about some of them. And so I think we do have to be extremely careful. And we do know ProPay is very, very secure. It's immediate. We have immediate access to the money. We can transfer the money into our checking account, or we can actually let the money that people have paid for products build up in our ProPay account and use them for orders, which is typically what I do. Unless it's, around the holidays and I've got thousands of dollars built up in there, most of the time I process all my orders through Mary Kay and use the money that's sitting there in my ProPay account. So that's really the main reason for ProPay. But again, when you're taking a credit card or debit card, there is a fee attached to it, and the fee attached to them are all different, whether it's a Discover, an American Express, with a MasterCard, Visa, it's all. But to give you an example, I think I processed like a $21 payment the other day, and I think the fee was like 95 cents. So I don't know what the exact percentage is. What would that be? 0.5%, something about? I don't know, but
That's a story problem.
really, well, no,
95 cents on $21. Okay.
You're the math person. But anyway, it's not expensive, and the fees are all tax deductible. So you need to remember that and keep track of all those fees. Anybody
That's
else?
a 4%. That's a 4% fee.
Okay.
4.3 actually.
Okay. Is it 4% or 0.4%?
It was
Zero.
well,
0.4 of
0.04 is 4%, isn't it?
It's not very
It
much.
wouldn't be 0.4%. It's 4%.
I thought in ProPay it was a 3.5% to do it, and then you had to pay 35 cents to transfer it to your bank. The bank charges 30 cents.
Well, there is a ProPay fee when you make a transaction to your bank. No fee when you're using it for money to pay for an order. But the actual percentage fee comes from the credit card company, and it's different for every card. So just a little information. Here's the thing. What I would encourage everybody to do is go into Mary Kay in Touch. On the left-hand side, under ordering, there's a drop-down box, and there is a little link for ProPay. If you don't have ProPay currently, go in and look at ProPay. It will explain it to you. It tells you what the fees are. It tells you all the information that you need to know, and then you can sign up for it. And of course, anybody who's recently done an eStart, their ProPay fee, the $39.95, is waived for the first year, which is really pretty cool. So you should have some kind of a link that would take you right there and get you signed up for it. But again, if there's an individualized question, don't hesitate to call your recruiter or call us and let us know. But ProPay, I love ProPay. And the other thing I will say is I use UnitWise to process all of my orders. I have for years. It's an online program that I think for consultants it's like $9.95 a month. For directors it's a little bit more than that, but all my customers, all my inventory, everything is in there, and it's very similar to my customers that the company has for us, but that's so new, and I've had UnitWise for so long I don't want to transfer everything over. But what I do love about UnitWise is I can store all of my customers' credit card or debit card numbers. Hang on, I'm gonna mute. Okay, I can store those in UnitWise, and immediately when I process, I can click a link and it immediately processes it. So I don't have to go in and put the number in. I don't, all they have to do is give me a new expiration date, when it changes, and that's it. And it's very secure for them too. All I can see are the last 4 digits once I've entered that information. Any other questions about ProPay or thoughts about ProPay? Okay, the second question that Jenny had was, what was the second question that Jenny had? Let me go here. What happens if a customer is not happy with a product that came from a customer delivery service order. So they placed a product order either with you or online, and you processed that as a customer delivery service order. So it was shipped directly to her from the company, and she gets it and she doesn't like the color of lipstick. Susan, what happens in that scenario?
A customer's not happy if it came via CDS. To my understanding, it doesn't matter if it came from the company, if it came from you, you're going to honor that 100% guarantee. And so when I have a return, I will either, give her a refund. I usually try to find something that she would like better so I can do a trade and still have that sale. But regardless, whether she gives it back and gets something else or just gives it back for a refund, I go on to Mary Kay in Touch to the product replacement link. And maybe while we're on our next question or something, I'll go and pull that up and show you guys where that is. And it's very simple. You fill out her name, you put the product code, the day code into the computer. It's very easy to follow along. It's very user-friendly. And then I will choose something of equal value. The company will send it to me. So it's no different through CDS than if I just fill the order from my shelf. It's a very simple process. You need to hold on to the product that she returned to you for about 30 days in the event that the company would ask you to send it to them. And you can understand why they might do that, okay? We're all honest people, but for quality control and to keep everybody honest, the company needs to know that somebody's not just filling these out right and left and getting new product when there really was no return. Does that make sense? So you hold on to it for about 30 days. If the company does not ask you to send it to them within 30 days, you can dispose of that product. Okay, does that answer the question?
It does. The only thing that I would add to that is, okay, normally when somebody does a product return, they give me the product back and I give them their exchange. And if it's a CDS, she might live in Florida. And so here's what I normally do with that. I will just tell her what the day code is on the product and have her read those 4 digits to me, their numbers and letters, and then I'll do the return. If it's a product that I, for some reason, want back in my inventory, maybe it was a cleanser and she said, she's never used it. Well, you can't put that back in your inventory. You cannot resell that. But I could personally use it if I wanted to. So I might, in some instances, ask her to mail that back to me, and I'm willing to pay whatever the difference is. But most of the time, I'm just going to tell her to read me the day code and then tell her to dispose of the product, hang on to it for 30 days, and then dispose of it herself. So it just depends on whether it's a product that you really, for some reason, want back. But most of the stuff that I do returns on, and I said this last night, that's a big old deal to me. I don't want anybody with a Mary Kay product in their drawer that they're not using. So I really, when I pick up a new customer, I make them promise that if they get something from me and they don't love it, that they return that to me and let me exchange it out for something they do love or give them their money back. And I would say that in 32 years, 31 years, whatever, I have probably given money back maybe a handful of times. Most of the time it's a product exchange. They just want a different color or a different product. So did that answer questions, or anybody else have another question there? Susan's got something that
Here's where you can find it on your homepage under ordering. You scroll down to product replacement, and there's even frequently asked questions where you can learn more about it. But it's a pretty simple thing that you accept, and you go over here and you enter that person's, information. They're going to ship it to me. And then I enter the customer's name, phone number, email address, and you just follow the prompts on there. But it's very simple. And the company does ask that you return it within a reasonable amount of time. It's easy to just have a little box over here and say, oh, when I have 10 things, I'll send them all back. Well, for one thing, I don't think you're supposed to return more than 5 or 6 things at a time, or you'll get a phone call, because that's happened to me before. And they have asked, please send them to us quickly, or fill that out quickly, because they're getting feedback on these products. If they're suddenly getting a whole bunch of negative feedback about something, that's how they learn that something needs to be changed. So if you're holding on to it for a year, that's kind of silly.
Right.
Get
30 days is what they require.
Yes. So make sure that you're doing it promptly and making it easy for Mary Kay to honor that guarantee.
Absolutely. Okay. This question comes from Denise Medford, and she says, if one dyes her hair and has to color her brows, either to fill them in or create them, how does she know what color to put on them? Susan?
So if she colors her hair, how does she know what color to put on her brows then?
Yeah.
Well,
the question I think is, do you match your hair or do you stay with your brow color? Your normal brow.
Well, if I were to match my hair today, my brows would be like virtually gone.
Yeah.
Would be platinum. Right. So I don't know, especially after our going from shaggy to braggy session with Teresa, I have been playing with my brows more. I mean, I don't know. It's been a long day, but
they look
they
really
look good. And even having really blonde hair, I use brunette pencil. And so I've just kind of played around. I don't know necessarily, like, let's look at Betty, for example. Betty has more silver in her hair, but she has darker brows. It looks fine.
Right.
I don't think your hair has to match your eyebrows.
No.
Yeah,
no.
Denise. And let me unmute you. Okay, there you go. No, there you go. Well, I thought I did. Why aren't you mute? I'm unmuting you.
How
There
about
you
now?
go.
Okay. So what I have learned is it needs to be the color of your natural hair. For example, I have a
Well, mine is naturally platinum, don't you know?
well, then you got the wrong color on your brow.
That's wrong.
No.
Great.
I have a American Indian client who has just completely silver hair, but she had her normal color's black. So we put black on her eyebrows, and it is absolutely stunning. So I always have gone with the natural color of the hair. My hair has turned very dark. Bretta can tell you that when I was young, my hair was not this dark and not this gray. But I've had to go darker with my brows than I've ever gone. So
the rule of thumb typically is stay with your natural hair color and make your brows that color. If you are naturally a very light blonde, typically your brows should be 1 to 2 shades darker. If you're a brunette, a dark brunette, they say 1 to 2 shades lighter. Just still staying in that same family and your hair color family, and don't try to necessarily, because your eyebrows, the color of your eyebrows, except for when they go gray, and they do go gray a little bit, they'll have some grays, they are geared for your complexion color and your complexion, the tone in your complexion. So that's why you want to stay with what your normal brow color, hair color / would be. So good tip, good question. Okay.
I wasn't looking
What? Somebody?
I wasn't the way what I was looking for at all.
I don't think there's a question. I think there might be somebody. Okay.
All
right.
I don't know if that was related.
I don't know either. Okay, here's another question from Denise, and I love this one. Does someone with dry skin ever have use for the beauty blotters? And if so, what would it be? Who knows the answer to that? Denise does. Go ahead. Answer the question. It's a great question. They're like one of my top 10 favorite products.
and I learned it from you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You taught me to use the beauty blotters to on my foundation right after putting my foundation on to clean it up a little bit. But even though I'm desert dry, I do sweat. So if I get into a sweat situation and I have on makeup, I can also use them to help with that.
Yep.
Good to
Now
know.
elaborate.
I think they're just good for anybody to just freshen your face. I mean, don't we all get a little bit of oily, grimy, yucky through the day? I don't know.
Yeah, even dry skin, somewhat, you know, it just, their makeup doesn't look as good. And it's rather than powdering or putting makeup on top of makeup or washing it and starting all over, for anybody, taking beauty blotters and pressing all over your face just to pull the gunk, whatever's there. If there's a little bit of oil, if there's a little bit of extra powder, they're amazing. So seriously, I have beauty blotters like they're everywhere. They're everywhere. But I have them in my car, in my purse, in my bathroom. I mean, they're fabulous for even blotting your lipstick. They're great. Don't use toilet paper or paper towel even, because it will leave little residue. That's not really very attractive to have little cotton residue on your lips. So
Toilet paper residue. Ew.
yeah.
Hey guys, I want to give a shout out to our Saturday morning sessions. I'm learning so much from them, whether it's a makeup artist video that we're showing, or if it's our very own Teresa, who taught us about the brows last week, and 2 weeks before about her summer sweat-proof makeup. It's awesome. I've been using finishing spray and beauty blotters like never before. You know, so we have all these products at our fingertips, but sometimes we just kind of get in face lock. You know what I mean? Like you do the same thing over and over, and you kind of forget how phenomenal some of the products are that you're not using. So Saturday mornings are great for all of us, not just for our guests. So I have learned a lot from my buddy there. So tune in on Saturdays and let's learn from each other on that too. So
Yeah.
good on you, Teresa. That's
And,
good.
well, hey, you're up this week, so what are you
I
going to
know. Ooh, of all weeks, but I'll come up with something.
You will. I know you will. Okay, we have it. Let's see, it's 7:23. I'm just looking at the time. I like this question from Sonia Smith. She says, what's a good sunscreen for someone who uses clear proof? So that means she's got maybe some breakout situations, you know, occasional breakouts, and has oily skin. Does anybody know the answer to that?
Foundation primer? Is that a good one? I mean, it's got an SPF of 15 anyway, and does it kind of absorb oil?
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. I mean, I love foundation primer, and it does have a great sunscreen. But, you know, our sunscreens are safe for oily skin. They are oil-free. Did you know our regular Mary Kay SPF 50 is an oil-free product, and it's great for sensitive skin. It's not going to clog your pores, so it means it's non-comedogenic. So you can use our sunscreen all over your body, including your face, and not have any breakouts, as well as the subtle tanning lotion can be put on your face and without any problem, and give you just a little bit of extra color if you want it. So you can use our sunscreen, but you're right, Susan. The foundation primer, you know, CC cream is another thing that's really a great, you know, that again, you've got another SPF 15. So for normal.
What about day cream from 3D, day cream for oily skin?
Yep.
Combination skin, they could use that. You could add that, because all of our skincare can be used with all of our skincare. Just if there's an oil-free formula, go with that, I would think.
Exactly. So yeah, we've got the day cream and the Time-Wise 3D that has sunscreen in it. So I mean, I love the fact the company has given us options with sunscreen. Some people are really have some major sunscreen sensitivity, so we do have them without sunscreen as well. But there's a lot of good options. But you know, bottom line is our regular sunscreen is fabulous. I don't know if anybody's used it, but it is UVA, UVB, complete blockout of those things, SPF 50, and you can put it on and leave it on, I think, for 80 minutes. It's waterproof and sweatproof. So it's good stuff.
You should reapply though when you come out of the water, should you not?
You should still reapply. Yes, absolutely.
You know what's funny, you guys? How many of you have ever had a tube of sunscreen and it lasted you all summer? It shouldn't.
No,
It should not be lasting you all summer.
no.
Because you
Unless
should be
only went out
using
the
it
summertime.
exactly, reapplying it and reapplying it. And just a real quick question, 'cause I know Betty's got a question here in a second. Remind me, you guys, are we sold out of After Sun? Is it gone? It's all, no, Bretta says you have it at your distribution center. Bobby does not. Okay, make sure you stock up on that. Get at least 5 or 10 of them when they come out, because that, my family sells those for me all the time because they swear by it. It keeps you from peeling. It turns, even you're a little bit pink, it turns you to a tan. It's hydrating. It has aloe. It's awesome.
It is
So,
awesome. I keep a bunch on hand. It's not going to expire. It's wrapped in plastic, so it's shrink wrapped, and so you can't worry about having too many. And they're for year round. They're just a great hydrating body lotion. I mean, it feels like because it's that gel kind of formula, and it's fabulous stuff. Fabulous.
I think Betty had a question too. I want to get to it. Did you, Betty?
Oh, I was just going to say on the sunscreen, I use it all the time. And I have very fair skin, and I'm one that burns. And when I use our sunscreen, I don't burn. I just turn a little bit brown after I've been red with no problems at all. I love it. I think it's about the best one on the market.
Yay! And I love seeing your face tonight, Betty, without the window behind you.
I'm outside.
Instead of just your silhouette of your head.
And you're in the swing. You're swinging in your swing.
Just a swing.
I know, am I making you all sick?
No way. Ever.
Oh, funny.
Okay, I guess, do any of you have a question that you want to bring to the table? We've got just a couple of minutes left. There's another question or two over here that I can pick from, but
I like this format. It almost feels like at least once a month we should have something like this. And maybe it's just a product question night or a team building question night, or it's just that this is fun. I like this. Betty?
Betty?
Okay, I do have another question. I'm doing pretty fair doing this every week with you all, with 3 times a week. But I need for us to have some kind of a night where you all teach us how to do our virtual, meetings with our customers and everything. I don't know how to do. I can tune into you all, but how would people tune into me?
That's a great idea. We can have a little, now that we're kind of Zoom aficionados, not.
Yes.
Yeah, we should train.
Well, now that we're the pros at this, yeah. Yeah, so you want to know the technological part of it, like how do you get on there and get everybody on and be the host and set the screen?
Okay,
that's a great idea, Betty. Yeah.
I mean, I can't do business like you guys are doing it this way because I don't know how to do that yet.
Yeah, cool. We can
I
definitely.
like how she says yet. I love that. We'll teach you. Bobby?
All right, good. You have to unmute yourself.
Bobby, you're muted, honey. Let me unmute you.
Okay.
I don't know. It's not unmuting you, Bobby.
Okay, she's unmuted.
There you go.
Still can't hear you.
She's talking and talking. We can't hear you.
Bobby, can't hear you. Turn your volume up on your phone or whatever. It might be muted.
You might have to use sign language. Anybody know sign language?
Can't hear you. Can hear nothing. That's weird. Okay.
You want to chat your question to us?
You can type it out. Type it in the chat room.
Okay.
Making no noise.
We'll let Bobby type that up.
Okay.
Anybody else have a question? Anyone?
And hey, Nora, Kim, Kathy, just welcome.
There's some eagles. Yay.
You're making Susan happy. She was pouting earlier.
Yes, you are. I was feeling a little blue about that, but there they are.
Okay, there's Jenny hopping on. Okay, with 7:30, so we'll hop off. Here's the thing. If you have other questions that we didn't answer tonight, make sure to type them in our group page, and we'll either cover them on the group page with a typed answer, or we'll bring them back to the table at another You Can Ask Us Anything session. But again, thanks for just hanging out with us in our Pink Huddle. I love that the flexibility, even more so in this business. It sounds impossible that we're doing new consultant training on Mondays, we're having our unit meeting on Tuesdays, and we're doing a virtual party on Saturdays. And it's like all we have to do is just hop on and spend some time together. And these 30-minute sessions, the fact that they're being recorded, so people, if they can't watch them live with us, which we love when you do watch them live, then they're available for posterity. And we just appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for huddling with us tonight.
That's right. We'll see you Saturday morning. I'll post a topic sometime soon.
Okay. All right. Love you. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Yay.
Bye, everybody.